So I'm joined by Dead Posey, Danyell, or Daniela? Danyell and Tony. How are you guys doing?
We're doing wonderful. How are you?
Not too bad. I'm really looking forward to the show tonight. It's a small venue, this one, so this is going to be an absolute blast. Now, the first thing I actually want to chat to you about is the latest single that's come out. It's Welcome to the Nightmare. You've described it as a protest single of sorts. Can you tell me a little bit more about that and where the influence and everything came from that?
You know, it came from just most governments, no matter where you live. You know, it tends to divide people, and most people are all in the same boat, so to speak. So we really wanted to push against any of the divisiveness. You know, all the news outlets are trying to get everybody frazzled. And so we really wanted to speak on that, speak on the injustices, just the whole gross show of it all. Because it's, you know, some of the lyrics are, we'll entertain you, we'll suffocate you, you know, suck you dry till you're dead inside. It's very much just feeds on you, kind of like a vampire, you know? So we really wanted to protest against the things that kind of divide us, to bring us together again. Kind of like music does. Music brings people together.
Exactly, yeah.
You said that so well, my goodness.
Like, do you have something to say?
Well, and I think in the era of social media and a bunch of different news channels that are all fighting for ratings, they've all discovered that the way you get people glued is by everything's a catastrophe, everything's bad. What they did is really terrible. What he did's bad. What she did, you know, and so... But to use it for entertainment too. We're all entertained by that. And that kind of was the inspiration for the song. And certainly in America, we feel that, but I feel that it probably has roots all over the world. But in America, we've kind of perfected it. We've perfected the outrage. We've perfected the, you know, just get you keyed into that and kind of angry all the time. And so, you know, that's what we're protesting, I guess you could say.
To be fair, we've just had an election here, so I think we've done our own little protest of sorts, which has been entertaining, let's say.
Well, there you go.
That's great.
Exactly. It's like a boxing match.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how the news outlets set it up like that. But
Yeah. Football match, basically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is interesting. I mean, in the UK, it used to be very stiff upper lip and all of that.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, we became very much like America with the sort of kind of slagging matches that, you know, politicians would have.
Yeah.
It's more entertainment than actual, this is affecting people's lives. So
Yeah.
I think this song is really going to speak to people cross borders, if I'm going to be like brutally honest.
We agree. You know, it's just it's so gross when different countries and governments divide people, and it's the people that suffer. It really is. You know, minimum wage should be higher. I think you guys, same thing here, right? People just don't get paid enough. Health, I think our health system's worse than your guys's here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. It's kind of insane. So, you know, women's rights, I think your guys' women's rights was messed with a little bit, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
Or am I wrong about that? Ours is all over the place. So.
I heard what happened in America and my jaw hit the floor quite literally. And so...
It's
a
interesting
scary
time.
backtrack, let's say.
It is.
There's good people in government. A lot of people try, you know, everyone's trying to do their thing, but we're so in this culture where to get elected, you have to just go as extreme as possible. And now it's got us all kind of like on our islands and like, you know, with sort of guns drawn at each other all the time. So hopefully we can.
And we're stronger together.
We are.
So.
But that's what we try to do with the music, you know,
Yeah.
so. Come all aboard. All aboard.
Amazing. Now, you guys are playing just 2 shows in the UK, really small, intimate shows. But this is sort of, I suppose, part of a really mini tour with Spain, which is ironic considering what happened to the UK yesterday with Spain.
We didn't know.
I know. We were so shocked. You know, my mom's with us for this trip, and
Hi, Mom.
she's been a good time. Shout out to Debbie. Her and him and I were running around London all yesterday, 22,000 steps to be exact, and all the pubs were filled with everybody watching the match.
I wonder what's going on. The pubs are really full today.
And then we saw it was Spain against England, and we were so shocked how that was the match yesterday.
And for a second, we didn't know where our allegiances lied because we did just play in Spain, and
But
it did go really well.
Since we're here,
We're all for the UK.
Oh, Spain beat us.
I know, by 1 point, right?
Yeah, the Brits aren't even for Britain right now because of how bad that was. Obviously, you're playing these tiny shows here in the UK, and they were festivals in Spain.
Right.
What do you actually prefer? Do you prefer the grandiose of a festival or these really nice, intimate shows where you might not even have security there? We can actually be as close and intimate with the audience as possible. What do you prefer?
The little punk rock clubs, because I don't like having a barrier between us and the crowd, and I love when people are right there. You can touch them and just you feel like you're all together just enjoying this synergy that I don't feel like you get at festivals sometimes, because you're so removed, and sometimes the stages are so big, even the drummer's so far back, that I do love the intimate. You're almost cuddling with everybody and just like one big organism, just
The Dead Posy show is a cuddle fest. That's what we're trying to say. Please come cuddle with us.
it's fun.
It's going to be sweaty and fun.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to this.
But
now.
both the types of shows have different cool things about them. But, you know, we started in places like this. The Black Heart feels like another home to us. So, yeah, right now we're all about this type of show for sure. Cool.
Now, you've released loads of EPs, loads of singles, and all of this sort of stuff. I'm still dreaming. I think I asked you in 2002, when's the album coming? Because you've got so many records or so many songs.
It is close now.
Amazing. See, I wasn't actually going to ask about that, but
No,
let's talk about that. If there's one coming.
It for sure is coming this fall now. It's done. So we're officially done, ready to release. We are actually playing it tonight. So
A lot of the songs from it, yeah.
I got
Some of it
shivers.
released already, the singles and stuff over the last little while, but now we're putting them all together. There's some new songs in the set tonight that are unreleased, and you get a sense of it.
Oh yeah, as I said, this is sending shivers down my spine. I love an album,
Yes.
but it always makes me
Us
wonder
too.
in this day and age, how important are albums when you can just release stuff and go that way?
To the artists and the fans, I do believe that they're still very important, just because it's a body of work that you can put all together, and albums still have a meaning artistically, and I do believe they're important, even though all the algorithms and streaming services want the opposite of just the single, which we played that game.
do want that.
But we've always written these songs knowing that it was going to be an album.
Yeah, we wrote all the songs, a lot of them all together, kind of in one kind of marathon, couple months, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks. And that's what we've been kind of dribbling out over the last few years, a single here, single there, go on some tours, and now we get to finally put it all together. But they did all come from the same place, so it does have a cohesive quality to it.
Cool. Now, obviously, you've released loads of tracks, but something I always would find fascinating to ask: if you could collaborate with absolutely anyone, and I mean anyone, they could be living, they could be dead, you could make them up if you want. You know?
in between.
Yeah. Who would you most like to collaborate with on a song?
I mean, he's canceled right now, so I think you know who I'm talking about.
He's like
probably.
like he's kind of not.
He's coming back. I mean, Manson.
Yeah.
I think his voice would go well with how we go about things. 9 Inch Nails, Depeche Mode.
Hole, a lot of the favorites. We tend to
Garbage.
look back. There's some great bands out now. Don't get us wrong, but the collab thing, which we've never really done. We haven't done that, and they say everyone does that now. So
We're very picky, so we would definitely want it to make sense if we do that.
yeah, hopefully one of our favorites, like we just said.
Well, as you said, Marilyn Manson, he is coming back. I've always said about the whole situation there, he was never proven guilty. And I don't like cancel culture. Don't get me wrong, if what was said was true,
Right.
not on board with it.
Of course.
But nothing's been proven, and I don't like people being ended without evidence.
Well,
So
it's almost like the witch thing where they
Yeah.
burn at the stake before a trial type of thing. And I do feel that everyone should have a trial
Yeah.
to actually prove if something's right or wrong. Because I'm not trying to victim blame by any means, and I'm sure none of us are.
Not at all. Not going there.
But he hasn't gone to court and presented concrete evidence.
Exactly.
So if we're going to be a society that's just burning people at the stake, that's also not a great way to be.
It's not, no.
But if you're an asshole, then you should definitely pay for that. But
Agreed.
if you have to be, because at any time someone could be blamed for anything. So a trial is, I think, what's needed for things. So.
Amazing. Now, I'm conscious of time. You guys want to crack on, get some dinner, prepare for the show, have
Yes.
some relaxing time.
That sounds great.
So, when I've got one in mind, I always like to end my interviews on a joke. I can't remember what I told you in 2002.
We can't either. Oh,
So
no.
hopefully it's not this one.
Okay.
And it is bad. I'm not going to lie. If you don't laugh, I will
Don't
be offended.
sell yourself
Like a
short.
good dad joke, a bad joke. We love it.
All right. Well, did you know before the crowbar was invented, crows used to just drink at home?
That's good.
That's
I
a
love
great dad
crows.
joke. See?
Exactly.
I love crows.
Exactly. Yeah,
Crows
Mum
are-
loves it. She's chuckling all
Crows
that.
are-
Debbie loves that joke. See?
There you go.
She's gonna tell her. You're gonna tell people that joke when we get
Tell people the joke. Spread the love of terrible
Yes.
jokes.
No, I love crows though. They're really interesting actually. They're very smart.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen online some of the
bring
videos
you stuff,
where people
gifts.
get gifts from crows and they become their little buddy.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get a pet crow.
Do it.
But
Well, those crows are the ones that have been drinking at the crowbar.
Exactly. Hey.
there you go.
Well, guys, I want to thank you so much for chatting to us today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Can't wait for the show tonight. Thank you very much.
Cheers.